We're talking again about critical values, and in the problem that I have pulled up here for you from your homework, this particular problem asks you to compute the critical value z of alpha over 2 that corresponds to an 80% level of confidence. Now, when we talk about this critical value here of alpha divided by 2, that's implying that we are talking about values, areas that are split between the two tails. And that kind of makes a difference for the way that we look at the calculator. Now remember, if I want to know what's the critical value given a particular percent, I'm going to go to Stat, Calculators. Now because I'm talking about a z value, I'm looking at a normal calculator, and that's the calculator I'm going to pull up here in StatCrunch. We have traditionally or in the past been looking at areas to the right of alpha. If this was just z of alpha, then we are looking for values either left or right of alpha. But because this alpha over 2 is talking about splitting the area between the tails, we need to look at the between calculator for the normal one. So if I wanted to talk about the critical values that correspond to an 80% level of confidence, since we're talking about a z value, the mean and the standard deviation are simply going to be 0 and 1. These values here, the ones I'm erasing, are the values that we're actually looking for. These are the critical values that are associated with an 80 or a 0.8% level of confidence. When I click compute, notice that it gave me the values to the left and to the right of 0. We're just being asked for one of these, so the distance between 0 and this critical value to the right of 0 is going to be 1.28, and the distance between 0 and -1, or the critical value here on the left, is still 1.28. So the value that they're asking me for, the critical value that is associated with this, would then be 1.28 if we round it to 2 decimal places. So one thing that you want to pay attention to is when they are asking you for a critical value which splits the area in the two tails, then you need to look at the between calculator here.